So welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am going to be talking about PR products that I have been trying over the last few months, and I'm really excited to talk to you about them because most of them, I think actually all of them, have been hits for me. So let's dive into the first brand I'm going to be talking about here, which is Sahara Rose. Sahara Rose was founded by Ikram El Hardy. She is a beautiful woman who I have really enjoyed working with over many years now. She is just super generous. They have a heart of philanthropy with Sahara Rose, and she's just been a great person to communicate with, like I said, over the years if I've ever had any questions about their products or ingredients or whatever. They were so kind to send me 4 products. One is a huge favorite of mine. I've spoken about it many times now on my channel. This is the I Am a Treasure Hydra C Serum. I just spoke about this in my last video, which was an empties video. So I was just so thrilled to get another one of these because this has become a staple of mine. So let's get into the details of it. It is $54 for 1 fluid ounce. It is a vitamin C serum, as you know, it says in the name. Vitamin C serum with a vitamin C derivative. So it is the 3-glyceryl ascorbate that is in here. There's also hyaluronic acid, ceramides, tripeptides, mothbean, which is an ingredient that I really love. It is one of those quote unquote botanical retinol alternatives. I did a whole video on, that topic as well as my favorite, botanical retinols. So I will link to that if you're interested in checking that out. There's also licorice, mushroom, and watermelon and cactus extracts. So this has become, like I said, one of my favorite vitamin C serums and just one of my favorite serums in general. Let me show you the texture here. So it is water-based, but it's not like super runny. It does have a viscosity to it, but it's not super tacky at all. It really blends into the skin very easily, and it plays really well with other products that I put on top of it, whether it's a moisturizer, a sunscreen, a foundation, all of the above. I have not had any issues with it pilling. I really love the texture. It has a very light scent. It's barely even perceptible. For some, it might even just seem like it's an unscented product. The scent I do get from it, like I said, is just very light and it dissipates really quickly. I just love this combination of the vitamin C with the mothbean. Also the ceramides and the tripeptides are a huge bonus in this skincare product. I love it. I use it very frequently, probably 4 to 5 times a week in the daytime. It's, like I said, it's become probably my favorite vitamin C serum, and then just one of my top, favorite serums in general. Next up from Sahara Rose is their Luminous Clarifying Cleanser. This is $34 for a 100 ml bottle. I am so in love with this cleanser. Now, I think I used it several years ago when they did send it to me the first time. And I remember liking it, but I just don't remember loving it as much as I do now. It is one of those milky cleansers that has a really gentle lather. So it's kind of like a cream slash foaming cleanser hybrid where it's just, I don't know, let me just show you the texture just so that you can see that it does come out as a milky cleanser. And then as soon as you apply the water and start massaging it, it just has this really silky, very, very subtle lather, but very effective. It just does such a great job at cleansing. The scent is very comforting. It's got orange, clove, and geranium in it. The clove is just really grounding and it's not overwhelming at all. So it's very, very subtle. So it's kind of got this like bright yet grounding scent to it. There's also cactus and pomegranate enzymes, castor oil, argan oil, rose water, and aloe. So really lovely ingredient roster. Like I said, the smell is beautiful. I love the texture. I have just been reaching for this ever since I got it. Almost every time I'm in the shower and I want to have a little bit of a foaming cleanse, to really feel like I'm effectively getting off the, you know, the SPF, the sweat, the grime, all the summertime feelings that you get on your skin. So this is just a huge favorite of mine. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I'm so glad that they sent me their cleanser because it was really great to rediscover it. I don't know if it's been reformulated or if maybe my taste has just changed, but I definitely give this cleanser a huge rave. They also sent me their Resplendent Detoxifying Mask. This is $48 for 50 mils. This is a clay-based mask that has Moroccan lava clay, which is really rich in minerals. You can see it's a creamy mask. It goes on, here I'll show you the texture. It just goes on really smooth and very thinly. I thought it was gonna be like even more creamy and thick, but it's actually on the thin side, which I like. There's hibiscus, rose, dragon's blood, turmeric, saffron, willow bark, hyaluronic acid, mothbean, lavender, and geranium. So again, an ingredient list that is just almost seems like it's tailor-made for me. The scent really is lovely of lavender and geranium. So I really like this type of mask that has very calming and soothing ingredients as well as those clarifying ingredients. I do like that when you apply the water and you massage it to, you know, get it off of your face and rinse it off, it does emulsify a little bit, which I really do enjoy. So yeah, I've only used it a couple times now, but so far I am also really loving their detoxifying mask. And then lastly, they sent me their Desert Goddess Remineralizing Polish. This is $48 for 6 ounces. And this is not like any other scrub that I have. There are not actual physical exfoliant particles in here, you know, like you find in other scrubs that are either, you know, sugar, salt, or coffee scrubs. This one is really, really smooth. It's kind of similar to the detoxifying mask for your face, but this one is definitely thicker. I feel like there's probably more clay in here. So like the detoxifying mask, this also has the lava clay, which I said is very rich in minerals like magnesium and calcium, which is going to help remove the impurities. There's also cactus and pomegranate enzymes, lactic acid, and willow bark. So the lactic acid and the willow bark are going to be those exfoliators in this product. And like I said, not something like sugar or coffee grounds. There's also licorice, henna, rose, lavender, and geranium. The scent is beautiful. It's kind of reminiscent of the scent of the Live Botanical body polish that I love so much. Not quite the same, but very, very reminiscent and almost kind of a similar texture as well. That one from Live Botanical is also on the creamy side like this one is. So the Live Botanical is frequently sold out. So if you're looking for an alternative to that one, I highly recommend checking out the Desert Goddess Remineralizing Polish. And how they describe it on the website is an exfoliating, brightening, and soothing body polishing mask. So like I said, since it's not an actual scrub, it's more of a polish that just kind of like gently exfoliates as you keep it on your skin. So it is sort of like a body mask. And I just want to say another quick thanks to Sahara Rose for sending me these products. This video is not sponsored by Sahara Rose. It's not sponsored by any other brand that's coming up. I'm next going to talk about NuFace, which was sent to me by skinstore.com. And again, not sponsored by skinstore.com or NuFace, but let's go ahead and talk about it. This is the next product slash, you know, device that I'm going to be talking about here that I received in PR. So this is the NuFace. I'm sure you all are pretty familiar with this. It is a microcurrent facial toning device that is going to help contour, tone, and decrease fine lines and wrinkles. Right now you can see it has an adapter on it. It is different than what comes with the typical NuFace, which are these balls. This has kind of like these prongs that allows you to get around your lip and your eyes. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So I will show you how this detaches very easily. And then I'm just gonna pop on the standard NuFace. And what you do is, of course, you put on the conducting gel. If I'm looking over here, it's because I'm looking at myself in the monitor so I can show you how I use this. But anyway, you're gonna put the conducting gel on your skin and then you glide it up your neck, and then you can glide it up your jawbone and up your cheeks and then your forehead. And I will show you that once you turn it on, which is right here, that's the on button, you'll hear some beeps. So when you hear the beep, you roll it up whatever part you're working on, so like that. And then you hear the beep again, and then you start on the next gliding motion. And then you would do the third one on your neck. Okay, so I will maybe do a tutorial on this later if you all are interested. I've only used this twice, so I'm still feeling like I'm on that learning curve of how best to use this. I will say that so far, I think this is a little bit more user-friendly than the zip. I also have the zip, which I mentioned before. I've moved away from using it because it just, it just feels kind of time consuming and it's not super intuitive for me to use. And I really haven't noticed that big of a difference. That's the main reason. But I do feel like it's really good for my melasma. So if I'm feeling like I want to hit my melasma hard, I do reach for my zip. So I was really excited when skinstore.com offered for me to try this during their promotion. And I don't think I mentioned this. There is a promotion going on right now until July 18th. You can use my code Trish for 25% off of their tools and devices. So they offered to send this to me to try it out, and I was so glad that they did, and I definitely, obviously I said yes, because I've just been so curious about how the NuFace compares to the zip in terms of user experience and maybe if it's a little more effective. Now I've only used this twice, so I can't really speak to long-term effects, but I do feel like I did notice a little bit more of a lifting effect than I did notice with the zip. And I do actually like how these, the balls feel on my skin more so than the zip. I think this does have a little bit better of like an intuitive sort of comforting feeling for me. And it does feel like a little bit more of just a really like cooling, gentle massage. So far I'm really liking this particular attachment, which again is the standard one that comes with the NuFace. And now I'm gonna put the prongs back on. And they're not called the prongs. This is the effective lip and eye attachment. So this is the one that I chose. So this is the box that it came in. So I chose the NuFace with the ELE attachment, the effective lip and eye attachment. And so the reason why I really wanted the attachment was because I really want to get under this eyelid in particular, which is a little bit more droopy than the one on the left. So you can use it on your eyes here. And again, same thing with the beep. It'll beep, and then you glide it gently. And then when it beeps again, you start on the next motion. So you do that 3 times. You can go under your brow the 3 times, and then you can go above as well to get that lifting. And then you can use it on your lip. And from what I understand, when you use it on your lip, you just hold it here. You hear the beep, move it, hear the beep, then you can go up here and here. And then I also watched a video, I watched a tutorial where the woman who owns NuFace, she was talking about how you can kind of like tailor it to your own skin's needs. So like I would want to get a little bit of intensive lifting, or I guess I should say like more spot lifting right here, where I've got like the marionette lines. You can go right here with the nasolabial folds. And then you can also go under your cheekbone to kind of let your cheekbones get a little bit more contoured. So I have found it really easy to use. I'm enjoying it so far. And of course, time will tell, in terms of how much I actually reach for it and if I do feel like I am noticing effects. So that will be coming in the future, but if you are interested in the NuFace, you have been thinking about getting one, now is a great time to get it. As I mentioned, my code is Trish, T-R-I-S-H. That will give you 25% off until July 18th. So let's go ahead and move on to the next product, which is from Josh Rosebrook. This is his new cleanser. This is his Essential Balm Cleanse. This is a silky oil paste concentrate that emulsifies into a milky cream when you you add in the water. This is $50 for 100 mils. I actually really like that this is in a tube that you can, you know, squeeze out the product. I feel like you just get out the product a lot easier, especially since it is a pretty thick type of texture. Now, I just want to let you know that this particular tube, I believe it is sugar-based, so I don't know if that technically means that it is biodegradable. It probably isn't, but I do want to say that it is an eco-friendly packaging in terms of it being a sugarcane-based tube. Now, in terms of ingredients, there are beautiful plant oils like meadow foam, sunflower, tamanu oils, blue-green algae, chlorella, and there are in-house made herbal extracts such as helichrysum flowers and cardamom pods. So let's show you what the texture looks like. You will see that it is quite thick and has that beautiful color that comes from the blue-green algae and the chlorella. The texture is really smooth and silky. I don't think there's honey in here, but it has this texture of just like really, really silky, beautiful honey. And the scent for me does smell kind of mapley and sort of like mulled fall autumnal spices. So I do think the maple scent is coming from the helichrysum, because helichrysum or immortelle definitely can have a maple scent to it. And then I think, you know, the cardamom kind of gives it that like fall autumnal feeling. But anyway, really lovely in terms of the scent, but just to be very clear, there are no essential oils in here. The scent just comes from the plant ingredients. And then when you apply the water, it does turn it into this beautiful, you know, milky cleanser, rinses off very cleanly. So if you are looking for kind of a unique balm type cleanser that's not actually, you know, in a jar, but is even thicker than that, I highly recommend checking this out. I think it's a beautiful product, and thank you so much to Josh for sending it my way. So next up are two products from 12 Beauty that was actually sent to me by the Boxwalla. So thank you so much to Boxwalla and Lavanya in particular for sending me these two products. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Purifying Cleansing Beauty Cream. Lavanya had been raving about this to me for years and years. I never got around to trying it, so I was so happy when she sent it to me. This is a great cleansing cream for sensitive and reactive skin. I don't think I mentioned the cost. It is $36 for 100 mils. There is a high percentage of squalane in here. There's also butterfly bush, artemisia, and blue mallow. Blue mallow is going to be very soothing to the skin. So just really lovely herbal ingredients that you find in all of the 12 Beauty products. This is one of those true cream milky cleansers that feels great on the skin. And I do also want to mention that this is not scented. So for those of you who are very sensitive in general to fragrance in your skincare, and again, if you just have sensitive, reactive skin in general, this would be a great cleanser for you. What I really love to do is take one of the Laurel hydrosols. In particular, I've been loving the Rose hydrosol, the California Rose hydrosol that she has. I will douse my skin in that hydrosol, and then I put the cleanser on top of that. And it just creates this really beautiful sensorial experience. I love the combination. I've been reaching for it very consistently, especially if I feel like I need a morning cleanse. But yeah, the Purifying Cleansing Beauty Cream from 12 Beauty is really lovely. And then Lavanya also sent me one of the Ideal Moisture Level serums. I believe this was featured in a box. I don't know, it might have been like 2 years ago. I don't know if we're going on 3 years ago. But anyway, I can't really remember what my thoughts were about this, but I'm super excited to have it again because it's one of those beautiful like light fluid serums. It says that it's going to plump and smooth your skin. It's got saccharide isomerate in it, which according to Pedro is a water magnet. There's also sodium hyaluronate, panthenol, as well as blue mallow, which like I mentioned is going to be very soothing and emollient to the skin. This is a little bit more watery than the Sahara Rose. This is, even though it's water-based, it is a little thicker than this one. As you'll see, it's pretty runny. and then it absorbs into the skin very readily. So I'm really excited to kind of revisit this product and let you guys know what my thoughts are after I use it for several weeks. But the few times I've used it, having it again, I've really been enjoying it, and I think I'm enjoying it more than I did than the first time that I actually tried it. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to a couple of Laurel products. One of them is a brand new launch. This is her Essential Lipids Delicate Barrier Oil. This is $68 for 50 mils. And this was created by Laurel for those of you who might have very reactive skin, very sensitive skin, some allergies. So for instance, there are no nut oils in here. There's no rosehip seed oil. No essential oils. It's also vegan and gluten-free. So, and of course, because it's Laurel, it is 100% whole plant organic. And so not only is this a facial oil that you can use to moisturize your skin, it is also can be used as an oil cleanser. Beautiful ingredients in here, as you would expect. There's jojoba in here, and jojoba actually is not an oil, it's a wax that closely approximates the sebum of our own skin. So our skin's going to love jojoba. There's also chia seed oil and moringa oil. There's a calendula flower infusion, pomegranate oil, evening primrose oil, cranberry fruit and seed oil, red raspberry fruit and seed oil, as well as some rosemary extract in there, which I think is probably in there to help promote the longevity of this particular oil. It is really beautiful. As you can see, the color is just golden and so pretty. And I want to let you know that the texture of this is really different than other Laurel oil serums that I have had in the past. This one feels really, really silky. It has just a very beautiful slip to it. Like I said, just super silky. Penetrates into the skin really well, although I think that it's really helped by having your skin prepped with either a toner or an essence. And in fact, she does recommend using this with her calendula hydrosol. Now, I don't believe this is a new product for her, but it is out right now for the summertime, so it's probably seasonal. So this is a single farm calendula hydrosol. It is going to be very good for a gentle skin ritual. So you would want to prep your skin with this first, and then apply the oil, or vice versa, because I'm actually putting the hydrosol on top here, which kind of creates a little bit of an emulsion type experience, which is really beautiful. So whether or not you want to use the toner before or after, they do recommend using the calendula hydrosol because it's going to help with your skin barrier repair. It's great for sensitive skin, great for rosacea. So these two products work beautifully in conjunction with each other. Like I said, if you're really focused on improving your skin barriers, resilience, or you do have very sensitive skin, definitely give those a peek. And next up are the Fine deodorants. I think I mentioned this already in a PR video, but I didn't really dive in too much into the deodorants that are in the tube. And that's because when I got these, it was cold weather outside, and I have to say it was really challenging to squeeze the product out of the tube. But now that it is warm outside, you can see that it is really easy to squeeze out, comes out no problem. The texture is really smooth and creamy, feels amazing putting it on under your arms. And the scent of this one, this is the Cedar Bergamot, is gorgeous. I absolutely love the scent of this deodorant. So I really do recommend these. I think they're beautiful. They're super effective. There is cocoa butter in here, coconut oil, shea butter, sodium bicarbonate. So if you're allergic to that, that's not going to be a great one for you. And there's also kaolin clay in here. So for these warmer months, when it's really easy to get this out, I highly, highly recommend it. I think when it's colder, you could probably like stick it in the pocket of your robe as you're doing things before you're gonna put on your deodorant, or you could maybe put it on your ledge of the shower if you're taking a nice steamy shower. There's probably some hacks that you can do to soften this up when it is colder outside, but I just find that it's just been really easy to use in these warmer months. And then I also want to make note of their boxes. They're so beautiful. This is their vetiver geranium, which I have not opened yet. I think this might be the original scent, or maybe their most popular, so I'm really looking forward to trying that one out. Next up is a brand that's new to me. This is Merin Kind, and they sent me their organic baobab oil as well as their Rise Shea Butter. Now, Merin Kind was founded by Akintunde and Yomi Lawal. And Akintunde and Yomi, I believe, are siblings, and their parents are from Nigeria. They have an ethos that runs through their brand that is all about the empowerment of African people, economic responsibility, and environmental sustainability. So when they reached out to me to see if I would be interested in reviewing a couple of products, and I went to their website and read more about them, I was like, absolutely yes, I would love to check out your products. So let's first talk about the organic baobab oil, which I had never tried just straight up baobab oil before. So I was really excited to see how this worked in my hair. I just want to mention real quickly, it is $24.99 for 1 ounce. And I'm happy to report I loved this in my hair. I've used it about 3 times, and every time it has just been like the perfect texture for me. I did wash my hair last night and I used this in my hair, and I love the effect that it had on my hair. It's not too heavy, not too thin either. Sometimes I've used hair oils or oils in my hair that are just too thin and don't really seem to do the job in terms of giving me the moisture that I need. So I can't speak to any other hair type than my own, which is thick and wavy, sometimes can get frizzy, especially around the hairline. This one was amazing. I absolutely love it. And then let's talk a little bit about the Ori Rise Shea Butter. This is $13.99 for 4 ounces, so very reasonably priced. This is actually a shea butter blend. It also has cocoa butter, avocado oil, baobab oil, and then there's also lime and lemongrass. So the scent is super bright and citrusy and cheery. I just really love the scent. And let me show you the texture so that you can see it in action. Really, really thick and luscious. Feels great on the skin. And it actually absorbs pretty quickly. With these shea butters, I do have quite a few shea butters going. I typically use them on my hands at nighttime because they can get a little greasy. This one though really seems to absorb in quite well, and I don't have like a super greasy feeling at all. And maybe that's because it is a blend. It's just not straight up shea butter. It's a really nice blend of some other oils. So anyway, I really want to give a huge, huge thanks to Merin Kind for sending me these products. I love them both, and I'm super excited, especially about the baobab oil, because I love having several different options of oils that I can use on my hair. Next up are some David's toothpaste that they sent me. They were so kind and offered to send me their entire collection. They have 3 new flavors. So let me just tell you, the original is the peppermint, and then they also have spearmint, which is this blue box, herbal citrus peppermint, which is the pink, and then peppermint charcoal is the one on the bottom. Now, I have not opened up any of these new ones, so I can't speak to what they taste like or what the experience has been. Right now, I'm almost done with my tube of toothpaste that I have up in the bathroom, which is the David's original. So when I'm done with that, and I think I've got maybe like a week left of that one, I'm going to jump into the herbal citrus peppermint, because this is the one that I am the most excited about. So thank you so much to David's for sending these my way. And then last but not least, I want to talk about the Arcona Moisture Infusion Firming Mask. This is $36 for 3 masks, and this is what the packaging looks like. And a little bit of a backstory here. This is actually the first Arcona PR package that I have received. Chanel, the woman who is the owner and founder of Arcona, she and I actually DM quite a bit with each other over our love for Duran Duran and John Taylor specifically. So we are always sending each other little messages about things that we see, out there in the ether world regarding Duran Duran. So we've bonded pretty heavily over that. And then she reached out to me and said, hey, I'd love to send you Star Child, my new launch. And I said, absolutely, I would love to. So it came in the cutest PR package. Not only did the masks come in this package, but these really cute little like pastel star cookies. So thank you so much to Arcona for sending this my way. Let's go ahead and talk about the mask now. So this is one of those kind of like gel biocellulose masks, which just feels so good and cooling on the skin. This contains marine collagen, peptides, peptides, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C. And vitamin C is the magnesium ascorbyl phosphate. So I love a mask that's got vitamin C in it as well as those peptides. I think that's great. Of course, the Merin collagen is beautiful as well. So I do highly recommend these. I think if you are a lover of those biocellulose types of masks, you will like this one. I found it to be very comforting on the skin. It was not too active at all. The scent is very, very light, very, very subtle. So I highly recommend it if you are someone who does not like your skincare to be highly scented. So thank you again so much to Arcona for sending these my way. If you love these types of masks, then I definitely recommend them. So I think that wraps it up on all the PR that I have received lately. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about anything that I have mentioned here in this video, please do not hesitate to ask. If you like the video, do give me a thumbs up. And then if you have not subscribed yet, I would love it if you would do so. It would just mean so much to me. I forgot to mention that I also have a code for Sahara Rose. I think it's Trish. I think it's just TRISH, and you get 15% off your whole purchase. If my code is different, I will definitely put it down below, but I'm pretty sure it's Trish. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know that in case your interest was piqued in these Sahara Rose products, you can get 15% off with my code. So now I am officially done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.